Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Introduction. Article 148 under Part 5 of the Constitution provides for the office of CAG. The CAG has the authority to audit the external and internal expenses of the national and state governments. He is the guardian of the public purse and controls the financial system of the country. Appointment. The CAG is appointed by the President by a warrant under his hand and seal. The Cabinet Secretary prepares a short list for the Finance Minister of candidates for the appointment of the CAG, who then submits it before the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister recommends one name from the list to the President. If the President approves the same, the CAG is appointed. The CAG takes oath of office before the President or any other person appointed by the office of the President. Tenure. The tenure of the CAG is 6 years or 65 years, whichever is earlier. The CAG is ineligible to hold office in the Government of India or state government after he has ceased to hold his office. Removal. The CAG is removed by the President on an address from both the Houses of Parliament on the grounds of proved misbehavior or incapacity by a special majority. The manner and grounds on which the CAG is removed is similar to that of a judge of the Supreme Court. Salary. The salary of the CAG is same as that of a judge of the Supreme Court. His salary, allowances and pension are determined by Parliament and specified in the second schedule and cannot be modified to his disadvantage during his tenure of office, that is, not subject to vote. The salary, allowances and pension are charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India. Functions of the CAG. First, he audits the accounts related to all expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India and Consolidated Fund of each state and union territory having a legislative assembly. Second, he audits all expenditure from the Contingency Fund of India and the Public Account of India as well as the Contingency Fund and Public Account of each state. Third, he audits all trading, manufacturing, profit and loss accounts, balance sheets and other subsidiary accounts kept by any department of the central government and state governments. Fourth, he audits the receipts and expenditure of all bodies and authorities substantially financed from the central or state revenues, government companies, other corporations and bodies when so required by related laws. Fifth, he audits the receipts and expenditure of the Government of India and each state to ensure that the rules and procedures in that regard are designed to secure an effective check on the assessment, collection, and proper allocation of revenue. Sixth, he audits all transactions of the central and state governments related to debt, sinking funds, deposits, advances, suspense accounts, and remittance, business receipts, stock accounts, and others with approval of the President or when required by the President. Seventh, he audits the accounts of any other authority when requested by the President or Governor. Eighth, he advises the President with regard to the prescription of the form in which accounts of the center and states shall be kept. Ninth, he submits audit reports relating to the accounts of the center to the President, who shall in turn place them before both houses of Parliament, and also to submit reports relating to the accounts of the state to the governor, who shall in return place them before the state legislature. 10th, to ascertain and certify the net proceeds of any tax or duty, and the CAG's certification will be final. Reports of CAG. First point, the audit report on appropriation accounts, audit report on finance accounts, and audit report on public undertakings are the three audit reports submitted by CAG to the President, which the President lays before both the houses of Parliament. Second, the actual expenditure with the expenditure sanctioned by the Parliament through the Appropriation Act is compared by the appropriation accounts, while the annual receipt and disbursements of the Union government are shown in the financial accounts. Third, the Public Accounts Committee examines the CAG's report and submits its findings to the Parliament. Problems faced by CAG. First, only an Auditor General and not Comptroller. For the CAG has no control over the issue of money from the consolidated fund, and many departments are authorized to draw money without authority from the CAG. This is because he enjoys the role of Auditor General only and not that of a Comptroller. Second, audit in regional languages. The audit reports of the state governments are made in regional languages. This creates problem of translation and understanding the original reports. It overburdens the duties of the office, and as a result, the office becomes less efficient and audits are not presented on time. Third, procedure of appointment. The appointment procedure of CAG is incorrect because the executive is involved in the appointment of the CAG, and the CAG audits the executive. Points to be noted. First, the CAG cannot be represented by any minister in both houses of Parliament, and no minister can be called upon to take any responsibility for any actions done by the CAG. Second, Deputy Comptrollers and Auditors General of India are appointed to assist the CAG in the discharge of his responsibilities.